Changes are coming to your gear in Phasmophobia. Let's check it out. Hello, Ghost Hunters. This is long, and there are a lot of changes slated to come to gear and leveling or prestiging in Phasmophobia. So bear with me here while we trudge through this long list of planned changes. Keep in mind that this is all works in progress and could change before reaching live release. First, if you feel like leveling and prestiging is slow, it will be getting a small boost soon. This means each level will require less experience than before, and thus making leveling and prestiging a bit faster. Likewise, the unlocking of gear and upgrading will change so that multiples will unlock at once, allowing players to choose the gear they want to use sooner. With this though, some upgrades will now cost a bit more than before. This means that for some items, you may have to save up a bit before you can upgrade. Let's hope this means that we get the Tier 3 Crucifix a bit earlier. Prestige got a bit of a change as well, and for those of you hesitant to Prestige, this may change your mind. New player models are coming to the game, and when they do, Prestige-related unlocks will also become available. These will include accessories and a cool new jacket. Coming soon for each Prestige, players will be able to choose one of the following: a sum of extra starting money, or a small XP boost for that Prestige only. Now for all the planned equipment changes. Starting with the dots, the Tier 1 that we all loathe will be getting a little boost to make it better. It will be brighter and will have an increased range of light. Lots of changes coming to the EMFs. The Tier 1 will have a more accurate needle than before. Players have expressed frustrations with reading the Tier 1 as it sometimes bounces around too much and can mistakenly give players an EMF reading. The Tier 3 EMF will be getting a new sound for the EMF 5 reading so that players can identify this evidence by sound. Additionally, the readings for the Tier 3 EMF will be more accurate and give better directional input to players. I have mixed feelings about these changes. The Tier 1 was the tried and true thermometer for most players, but because of its accuracy, it is now getting a bit of a fluctuation to its readings to reduce its effectiveness. I'm gonna miss the Tier 1 thermometer. The Tier 2 and 3 will be adjusted to provide readings continually as long as players hold the use button. This means that players won't have to press to hold, release, press to hold, release, and so on. Now just holding the button will provide readings every second or so. The Tier 3 will finally be the best thermometer, as it will have its randomness reduced, making it much more accurate than the other thermometers. The Tier 1 and Tier 2 ultraviolets will be swapped so that players will receive the glow stick as their Tier 2 ultraviolet tool. The new Tier 1 will be the ultraviolet flashlight we previously had as Tier 2. This is a much welcome change for everyone, I'm sure. These items will be receiving additional duration and light range, making them more useful for those hunts where you play without flashlights. Headgear will receive an additional key binding to toggle it on or off. This will allow players to be certain they are turning off headgear during hunts rather than juggling between the flashlight and the headgear. Thankfully, in addition to this change, headgear will now emit a new sound when being interfered with by the ghost to let players know that their headgear is still on. Also, the Tier 3 night vision will be receiving interference during hunts to limit its effectiveness. The Tier 3 motion sensor will be receiving a change in the truck. I'm not sure how this will look, but devs have said that it will be changed to be accurate and show what it's detecting clearer. The Tier 1 Parabolic Microphone will now have a red LED light on the side that will flash when it picks up sounds. Not sure if this will be all sounds or just paranormal sounds. The Tier 2 photo camera will receive a slight buff in its photo-taking speed. The photo system has a full overhaul coming soon that will hopefully fix some issues plaguing players at the moment. This new system includes removal of failed photos from the book, so this is a much anticipated change. However, less anticipated is that to complete the ghost photo objective, that photo must now be in the journal. This was supposed to be corrected some time ago, but apparently has managed to evade the developers. But just know that change is coming. The Tier 2 Sanity Medication will now restore sanity faster, making it more worthwhile to upgrade from the Tier 1. I'm not sure who is complaining about this, but apparently players want a mute button for sound sensors in the truck. This means you can stand in silence in the truck while your teammates are running for their lives inside the location. Yes, even a cursed possession is getting a change. The monkey paw will now allow players to see the ghost when they wish for it, and only add the darkness when the ghost begins to hunt. Less important but worth noting, the training area is getting a few changes as well. These are ideally to make this more accurate to real gameplay and to be less annoying to players, especially if you're a seasoned ghost hunter who just discovered you didn't get the achievement for completing the training. The dots area will be getting an overhaul to provide some players with a more accurate idea of what to expect in-game. So no more static sheet-covered ghost for this area. Freezing will be easier to get as the overall temperature in the warehouse will be lowered. The EMF section will now require players to find an EMF 5 reading before progressing. And the ghost orb section will require longer observation of the ghost orbs before continuing. So when are all these changes coming to the game? Soon. Seriously, that's all I know. Developers are hard at work at revamping the shop, and once that update drops, you should see the rest of these changes coming shortly after. As soon as I have any information regarding this update, I will let you know. Overall, these changes are mostly great. Some tweaking of the gear is expected, so hopefully these changes will exceed player expectations. What do you think of these changes? Are there any that you are especially excited for? Are there some you wish weren't being implemented? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and as always, happy hunting.